We're going to go look at a flat.
Problem?
We don't know a thing about each other. I don't know where we're meeting. I don't even know your name.
I know you're an army doctor and you've been invalided home from Afghanistan. I know you've got a brother who's worried about you, but you won't go to him for help because you don't approve of him, possibly because he's an alcoholic, more likely because he recently walked out on his wife, and I know that your therapist thinks you're limp psychosomatic, quite correctly, I'm afraid. It's enough to be going on with, don't you think? The name's Sherlock Holmes and the address is 221B Baker Street. Afternoon. You're a doctor. In fact, you're an army doctor.
Yes.
Any good?
Very good.
Seen a lot of injuries then. Violent deaths.
Yes.
Bit of trouble too, I bet.
Of course, yes. Enough for a lifetime, far too much.
Want to see some more?
Oh, God, yes.
What is your connection to Sherlock Holmes?
I don't have one. I barely know him. I met him yesterday.
And since yesterday you've moved in with him and now you're solving crimes together. Might we expect a happy announcement by the end of the week?
Who are you?
An interested party.
Interested in Sherlock? Why? I'm guessing you're not friends.
You've met him. How many friends do you imagine he has? I'm the closest thing to a friend that Sherlock Holmes is capable of having.
And what's that?
An enemy.
An enemy?
In his mind, certainly. If you were to ask him, he'd probably say his arch-enemy. He does love to be dramatic.
Well, thank God you're above all that.
I hope I'm not distracting you.
Not distracting me at all.
Do you plan to continue your association with Sherlock Holmes?
I could be wrong, but I think that's none of your business.
It could be.
You really couldn't.
If you do move into 221B Baker Street, I'd be happy to pay you a meaningful sum of money on a regular basis to ease your way.
Why?
Because you're not a wealthy man.
In exchange for what?
Information. Nothing indiscreet, nothing you'd feel uncomfortable with. Just tell me what he's up to.
Why?
I worry about him constantly.
Sorry, I better get this.
It's him, isn't it?
I have to go.
What?
You make the arrest.
No way.
Sorry, you'll be fine. I'm cool with this.
Jones will get all the credit if you leave now. You know he will.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I have to go.
Back up! I need maximum backup! Baker Street now!
What's going on?
Hello.
Mr. Holmes.
Sherlock, please.
Oh, this is a prime stock. Must be expensive.
Mrs. Hudson, the landlady, she's given me a special deal, owes me a favour. A few years back, her husband got himself sentenced to death in Florida. I was able to help out.
Sorry, you stopped her husband being executed?
Oh no, I insured it.
Sherlock.
Mrs. Hudson, Dr. John Watson.
Hello. Thank you.
Shall we?
You've got a new boyfriend, Molly, and you're serious about him.
Sorry,
In
what?
fact, you're seeing him this very night and giving him a gift.
Take a day off.
Shut up and have a drink. Oh, come on. Surely you've all seen the present at the top of the bag. Perfectly wrapped with a bow. All the others are slapdash at best. It's for someone special, then. Shade of red echoes the lipstick. Either an unconscious association or one that she's deliberately trying to encourage. Either way, Miss Hooper has love on her mind. The fact that she's serious about him is clear from the fact she's giving him a gift at all. That always suggests long-term hopes, however forlorn. And that she's seeing him tonight is evident from her makeup and what she's wearing. Obviously trying to compensate for the size of her mouth and breasts.
Oh, Mrs. Hudson. So I think someone's got John. John Watson.
Hang on. Who are you?
I'm his fiancée.
Mary? What's wrong?
Someone sent me this. At first I thought it was just a Bible thing, spam, but it's not. It's a skip code.
First word, then every third. Save John Watson. Now.
Is that a British Army Browning L9A1 in your pocket? Or are you just pleased to see me?
Both.
Jim Moriarty. Hi. Jim? Jim from the hospital? Oh, I really make such a fleeting impression. But then I suppose that was rather the point. Don't be silly, someone else is holding the rifle. I don't like getting my hands dirty. I've given you a glimpse, Sherlock, just a teensy glimpse of what I've got going on out there in the big bad world. I'm a specialist, you see.
What do you know about this woman?
Nothing whatsoever.
Then you should be paying more attention. She's been at the centre of 2 political scandals in the last year and recently ended the marriage of a prominent novelist by having an affair with both participants separately.
You know I don't concern myself with trivia. Who is she?
Irene Adler, professionally known as the Woman. Professionally? There are many names for what she does. She prefers dominatrix.
Please state your full name for the record.
Charles Augustus Magnussen.
Did you bring it?
Sorry,
My hairband, did you bring it like I asked?
I'm not one of the... I don't work here.
My special hairband.
I'm not one of your doctors.
The one I made you steal from Mummy. It was the last thing I said to you, remember? The day they took me away.
No.
Hello, Dr. Watson.
him you're alive?
He'd come after me.
I'll come after you if you don't.
I believe you.
You were dead on a slab. It's definitely you.
DNA tests are only as good as the records you keep.
And I bet you know the record keeper.
I know what he likes, and I needed to disappear. Sorry?
I said no. Very, very close, but no. You got carried away. The game was too elaborate. You're enjoying yourself too much.
No such thing as too much.
No, enjoying the thrill of the chase is fine. Craving the distraction of the game, I sympathize entirely, but sentiment. Sentiment is a chemical defect found in the losing side.
Sentiment? What are you talking about?
You.
Oh dear God. Look at the poor man. You don't actually think I was interested in you. Why? Because you're the great Sherlock Holmes, the clever detective in the funny hat?
Because I took your pulse. Elevated. Your pupils dilated. I imagine John Watson thinks love's a mystery to me, but the chemistry is incredibly simple and very distractive. When we first met, you told me the disguise is always a self-portrait. How true of you. The combination to your safe, your measurements. But this is far more intimate. This is your heart, and you should never let it rule your head. You could have chosen any random number and walked out of here today with everything you've worked for. But you just couldn't resist it, could you? I've always assumed that love is a dangerous disadvantage. Thank you for the final proof.
Everything I said, it's not real. I was just playing the game.
I know. And this is just losing.
And part of my job is to wipe the security footage after it's been cleared. I was just whizzing through and found something a bit bizarre. Now, this was a week ago, the last train on the Friday night Westminster station. Now, this man gets into the last car.
Car?
They're cars, not carriages. It's a legacy of the early American involvement in the tube system.
You said he liked trains.
The next stop, St James's Park Station. And thought you'd like it. He gets into the last car at Westminster, the only passenger. And the car is empty at St James's Park Station.
Bite it. You have to bite it.
I want to solve the problem. Our problem. The final problem. It's gonna start very soon, Sherlock. The fall. But don't be scared. Falling's just like flying, except there's a more permanent destination.